All right, let's talk about another rookie, Siaki Ika, and the scouting reports were all over the place on him. Some really liked him, some were like, take us through the article you wrote about him and the concerns there.
Yeah, so my concerns, listen, I love a lot of what the team does, but we're not going to just pat him on the back. And so Siaki Ika is a nose tackle, or at some level, a one technique. It doesn't have to always be a nose tackle, but he is best when he is setting his anchor and taking on blocks. He may be able to push those blocks forward a little bit, but that is what he does best. He actually transferred from LSU when LSU went from a 3-4 defense to a 4-3 defense, because their 4-3 defense, they wanted their defensive tackles to try to split the blocks and try to get through the guard in the center, or the guard and the tackle. When they talk about Siaki Ika as a Ferrari, not a dump truck, and later we found out and through conversations or through interviews, that's what they want him to do. They want him to do the very thing that is why LSU didn't play him in the 4-3 defense. And he's gotten, he's a couple of years older now, and he's a large man, and he's not as explosive as you would want in that role. So my concern, and I call it, square peg round hole, is that instead of taking a player and using him for what he does well, they took a player and are hoping that he does something well that he really didn't do a lot of in college. And so that's just my big concern with him is if he was brought in to be a one technique and to take on blockers so those wide 9 guys and Dalvin Tomlinson can do a little bit more work and have less blockers to deal with, I think that's a perfect use of Ika's talent. I'm not sure having him being a gap-splitting defensive tackle is going to turn out really well for him.